People think doors close suddenly, in one moment, with one decision, with one goodbye. But that's not how it works. A door closes slowly, quietly over time, with every disappointment, every broken promise, every moment someone showed you what you truly meant to them. You realize the door isn't open anymore. It's locked, sealed, gone. Now the door is closed. Not because you stopped caring, but because you finally understood. They never did. They thought you'd wait forever. They thought you'd keep giving, keep forgiving, keep bending until you broke. They never imagined a day when your heart would stop turning toward them, when your spirit would stop reaching out, when your patience would turn into exhaustion. But here we are, and now the door is closed. They'll knock, they always do. People return when they realize you were the only one who ever stood by them. But they don't return with love. They return with need, with hunger, with desperation. And when they come back, they expect the same version of you to open the door again. But that version of you doesn't live here anymore. You buried them, deep, silent, permanent. The door they're knocking on is a grave. Now the door is closed because you outgrew the space. They kept trying to trap you in. They wanted you small, silent, predictable. But you became vast, loud, unapologetic. You became someone they can't handle, someone they can't manipulate, someone they can't use as their emotional punching bag. You became someone who walks away with dignity instead of staying with desperation. And that's what terrifies them the most. They say you changed. They always say that. But the truth is you didn't change. You finally returned to yourself. The real you was never weak, never naive, never meant to be stepped on. You just forgot your strength because you kept trying to carry people who only ever weighed you down. But that phase is over. That chapter is ended because now the door is closed. When you close a door, people romanticize the past. They rewrite history. They remember every small kindness you gave them and conveniently forget every wound they left on your soul. They'll say they miss you, and maybe they do, but they don't miss you. They miss the version of you who tolerated their behavior. They miss the version of you who accepted their excuses, who believed their lies, who forgave their negligence. They miss the version of you who doesn't exist anymore because now the door is closed. And you didn't just close it. You locked it, bolted it, reinforced it with every lesson you learned the hard way. You sealed it with boundaries, with self-respect, with healing, with clarity. The door didn't close out of anger. It closed out of wisdom. People don't realize that the final goodbye is never spoken out loud. It happens inside you, on the day you stop caring about their apologies, their excuses, their presence, their absence. The end doesn't come when they leave. The end comes when you finally decide you're better off without them. And on that day, the door closes forever. They are outside, staring at the life you rebuilt, the peace you found, the strength you forged, the glow they never nurtured, but always benefited from. They will watch you rise, while standing on the other side of the door they assumed would never shut. That is their punishment. That is their lesson. That is their regret. Because now the door is closed, and you are not waiting behind it. You are already miles away, building a future where they are nothing but a forgotten shadow. You don't hear their knocking anymore. You don't feel their presence. You don't crave their attention, their guilt, their apologies, their regret. None of it moves you. You've moved on. You've moved forward. You've moved beyond them. The door is closed because you finally chose yourself, your peace, your sanity, your growth, your future. And choosing yourself is the most powerful closure of all. Let them knock. Let them call. Let them wonder. Let them suffer. In the silence you left behind, the door will not open again. Not for them. Not ever. Because now the door is closed, and you are the one who closed it. People think the hardest part is closing the door. They never realize the real strength lies in keeping it closed. Because the moment you shut it, the world starts testing you. The past starts whispering. Old memories return like ghosts, knocking at your ribs. Familiar voices echo in your head, begging you to return, to reopen what nearly destroyed you. But you don't. You stand firm, silent, steady, unmoved. Because now the door is closed, and you've learned to barricade your heart with the truth they taught you. People always want access to the version of you they broke. They don't want the healed you, the evolved you, the powerful you. They want the wounded version who accepted their crumbs. They want the soft heart they could crush without consequence. They want the gentle soul they mistook for weakness. But that version died, buried by their choices, killed by their silence. Now all that remains is someone they can't manipulate, can't guilt, can't reach, and that terrifies them. You see, the door is closed, not because you hate them, but because you finally love yourself enough to stop letting them in. They taught you boundaries by crossing every single one. They taught you self-respect by giving you none. They taught you strength by forcing you to walk alone. You didn't become cold, you became conscious. You didn't become distant, You became disciplined. You didn't become heartless. You became selective about who earns a place in your life, and they didn't qualify. Now they come back with trembling voices and excuses polished with guilt. They bring stories, apologies, nostalgia, and regrets wrapped in desperation. But none of it matters, because when you finally heal, you realize something powerful. Not everyone deserves a second chance. Not everyone deserves access to the new version of you they never helped build. Your peace is not a revolving door. Your heart is not a hotel for temporary people. Once someone shows you who they are, you stop giving them keys. Now the door is closed, and you don't wait for closure from the ones who caused the pain. You became your own closure, your own healing, your own answer. You learned to walk away, without noise, without warning, without turning around. They mistook your silence for surrender. They didn't realize silence is the language of someone who is done explaining, done hoping, done accepting less than you deserve. They will learn too late. They will realize too late that you were not replaceable, not forgettable, not ordinary. You were rare, and rarity becomes priceless. After it's gone, they will replay memories like broken films. They will scroll through old messages, trying to find the moment they lost you. They will wonder how someone who cared so deeply can now be unreachable. But that's the price of taking someone for granted. You don't get them back. Once they finally know their worth, now the door is closed, and on the other side, you have become unstoppable. You've built walls made of wisdom, boundaries made of healing, and a spine made of fire. You don't chase, you don't beg, you don't wait. You've tasted freedom, and once you taste that, you never go back to the prison they used to call love. Let them stand outside, let them knock, let them break their hands on the door they never respected. You owe them nothing, not a conversation, not a response, not a reopening. The door is closed, and this time it's closed forever.